Welcome to the latest episode of Branding the Experience, where we talk about tips and best practices on how we can create environments where employees actually want to come to work and customers, clients, members, whoever we call them, want to keep coming back. I'm Ken Bader, your host for Branding the Experience. I'm also the owner and founder of Bader Training and Consulting and the author of the latest book, The Formula for Business Success equals B plus C plus S. And I'm here in beautiful Temecula, California with a gorgeous golf course behind me for the SCCUA Collaboration Conference. But wanted to take a little bit of time to talk to you about a concept that I call the experience is the experience. Now, I talk a little bit about it in the book, give a couple of examples, but one of the things that I mention in my writing is that a lot of times what I teach and what I talk about applies primarily to service-based companies and businesses where the service is actually more important, or at least as important, than the actual product. A restaurant, for instance, I'll go back to a place with mediocre food but gives me a great experience. Possibly a hair salon. Maybe the place isn't that great, but hey, I love my hairdresser and she does a great job. Obviously I've got a real skilled hairdresser for this cut. But what I don't talk as often about, but still applies, is product-based companies. And I'll give you two examples. One, and this came to light when a friend of mine, Alex Naccioni, who is the owner of Long Beach Jerky Company, asked, well, how does what you teach apply to an actual product? And I mentioned to him, well, the experience is still the experience because people want to enjoy your jerky the same way each time. They want to be able to have the same taste and the same pull, and I love Long Beach jerky, by the way. It's my favorite jerky. I eat it all the time. But the experience for that particular brand is consistency in the product and consistency in where you can find it. If I could find it in this store or in this particular place and I can't anymore, then that's a problem. So that's one example. Another example, which is a recent one, is I just paid $8,000 or just under $8,000 for two doors, a brand new back door and a brand new front door. Now, I keep hearing from a number of people, wow, you overpaid. I could have bought a darn door at Home Depot and just put it in. And, maybe that's the case, but I'm a guy that isn't necessarily handy, so I like to have professionals do it. But we hired Renewal On Anderson, and they did a phenomenal job. Certainly we got very, very upgraded, great doors, great quality doors, don't get me wrong, and that was the product. But they created an experience around it. Everything went like clockwork. The initial sales meeting, the first meeting where people had to take measurements of the door. They said that they were going to be there at between 8 and 8:30 each time, including the day that they installed the doors. And at 8:15, approximately 8:15, they were always there. They were right on time, which is really appreciated. And they finished when they said they would. They literally brought in two teams of people so they could each work on a door and make sure that we only had to spend one day with door installation rather than 2 days or even 3 days. And it was done right the first time. I saw how they worked. They measured it twice, made sure that it was going to fit, and they created an experience. Now, the product, yes, that I bought may have been the doors, but what I really got for that $8,000 was peace of mind. Never having a problem, never having to wonder if they were going to show up, and also even an experience on the day. I can't tell you how professional these folks were in asking me questions about what I wanted and how things were going to work. So, a phenomenal job. So it's an example of how, what I say, the experience is the experience, and the fact is that customers today are looking for an experience. Whether it is a spa or a hotel like I am, like I'm here now, but they're also looking for an experience in their particular product, being able to have a consistent experience with the product, as well as consistency in terms of how it's delivered and where they can find it. So my challenge to you is, if you offer a product, find a way to offer the best experience with that product, and that in and of itself, even without a change to that product, will increase and enhance the image of your brand. I'm Ken Bader. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with me today, and here's hoping that your product and your service is creating a well-branded experience. Have a great day.